Alright, so I'm back here in Colonel Denning State Park, here in a place called Doubling Gap, here in, I think this is Cumberland County. And, was it last February I hiked the Flat Rock Trail. It was a pretty cool view. It was cold that day. But in that video I mentioned a cave up here along the trail that was used by some guy named David Robert Lewis. And that is one of his secret hideouts that he used. And he was a dude back from the early 1800s. He lived from 1790 to like 1820 or something like that. And I didn't find a cave that day, but somebody commented that actually I kind of did, because there's some where I thought the caves would be. I found some spring houses. I don't think I showed those in the video though. But I actually did come back here at a later date to those spring houses. I made a video and everything, but I didn't really I didn't post that video because I wasn't so sure about some things. So anyway, I come back today to explore the area a little bit more, see if I can find anything at all. I do have two pictures of what the cave looked like. They're both black and white photos. So I'm pretty sure the cave doesn't exist anymore. Because when I made that first video, somebody actually commented and said that the cave had been destroyed, and where those spring houses were is where the cave used to be. And to be honest, I didn't want to believe the guy at first, because I was like, no, I want to go to those caves. I don't want it to be destroyed. But he's like, I forget his name, but he's a guy that he knows his stuff, so I figured he was probably right. So I continued doing some more research, and I'm pretty sure where those spring houses are is where the cave used to be. And like I said, I have some pictures with me. I have some pictures that I'll show you. I'll show you those same pictures in this video, and you can leave comments about what you think as well. The only thing is here today that the area where I parked before is closed. I guess they're doing some construction down there, so there's kind of like this alternate route for the Flat Rock Trail, so hopefully we can get to the same spot. I was going to show you how I got to the first time, but we're taking an alternate route this time. Anyway, I'm going to quit yapping. I'm going to start heading up to the spot, and then we'll talk more about what could be there or not. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, so we're not technically on the Flat Rock Trail. This is kind of like a reroute for it. But I'm hoping it takes us to where we need to be yet. And we might get rained out today too, I don't know. Supposed to be heavy rains later today, but we're out here, so I'm gonna make the most of it. I got an umbrella if it does start to pour down. Might keep us somewhat dry. And there's quite a story to this whole setup here where this cave is and what he was doing up here. We'll talk about that as well. Check out these mushrooms. These are pretty cool. I'm sure they call these are chicken of the woods, I think. They're pretty young yet. Or sulfur chicken, sometimes they're called. Could be wrong, but anyway, I'm just gonna leave them here for now. Still trying to find the Flat Rock Trail. I think I'm still on this alternate route, so we'll see. This doesn't really look familiar. Alright, well, this is hopeful. Flat Rock Trail, 0.2 miles that way, so that should take us to where we need to be. This was called the Rattlesnake Trail Loop. Yeah, so that was quite a detour there to get to here. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so here's another sign, but I don't, for Flat Rock Trail. Yeah, this sign is new. They've changed things around here, so I don't know if this detour is permanent or not, but I don't think I want to go, because I'm not going actually to Flat Rock, so I think I'm going to go this way. It says parking this way, but I'm not sure what they did. Sorry about this, but I did not know they were going to do this, but I need to be that way, because there's a dirt road that comes up from anyway, farther to the south, I gotta get on that. And the Flat Rock Trail used that for part of the time, the original trail. So I'm gonna, yeah, I gotta try and figure things out here. All right, we'll get to that site. At least I hope so. Okay, I found what I need now. Flat Rock Trail options. The preferred route. That's where we came from. I want to take the challenging route this way. So, looks like it had this whole trail blocked off at one point here. So, yeah. So, this will take us to where we want to go now. Sorry about that. But I wasn't prepared for that, like I said. But now, this will take us to the site. Whether there's anything cool there or not. But anyway, we're getting there now. About time. I have a map, but I left it at home. I didn't think I would need it here. But with this detour, it kind of messed things up. Oh, we got some wine berries here along the trail. These are a little special little treat. Lift my spirits up a little bit. They're pretty good. Alright, we'll leave some for the animals, maybe just a few. Yeah, and here's that dirt road I was looking for. So it takes you down to this camp Yola Jawa, however you want to pronounce that. Actually, that camp comes into play in our story about this place once we get up here. There's an old hotel site down there that was part of the story here for David Robert Lewis. Now we just gotta hike this little steep section of the road up to the site. Well, after some huffing and puffing from sweat, I've reached the site. There are two spring houses there, little one up there. So somewhere on this hillside was where the cave used to be. I did print out my own pictures of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you those pictures on the video here, so you can use those as a reference. So my glasses are a little fogged up there. I'm gonna show you the pictures. They'll both be up for just a few seconds, but if you want to look at them longer, you can just pause the video and you can go back, and as I walk around a little bit more, you can always go back and look at them again. So I'll go ahead and show those to you both now. So you can see in those pictures, there has to be an angle to the slope of the mountain here for those pictures to fit in here. Like I said, someone told me that this was the spot that when they built these spring houses, that they destroyed the original cave. It wasn't really like a cave. Cave is more like a rock shelter. There are some little overhangs a little bit over there a ways. You might look at those too. Yeah, this cave was one of his hideouts, David Robert Lewis. And I mentioned that camp down there would come into play. There was an old hotel down there. I forget the name of it. Sulphur Springs Hotel, maybe. And somewhere down that area, one of his buddies lived. Because all these trees would have been cut down by then, so he could look down. David, from his cave up here, he could look down the hillside to where his friend lived. It was like a little house just down the way, and his friend would have different colored flags hanging out of that building depending on what was going on. Like if there were people in the area looking for Davy, you know, well, I guess they were called the police back then, but the authorities, because you know, he was a robber. That's why his middle name was Robber. I think it was if a red flag was hanging out, or just, I don't know if it's a flag, but probably just a piece of cloth or something. Lewis knew that there were people looking for him, so he knew to lay low. You know, maybe not have a fire going up here. If it was a white flag or white cloth, he knew that the coast was clear, that he didn't really have to worry about anybody looking for him up here at the time. So he hung out here with, I think there was a couple of his buddies were up here with him as well. The shelter could accommodate up to 5 people. So that fits with the story here, because the camp, or the old hotel, is right down that way, and there's the old road down to it. Also, the old accounts mention a spring coming out right near the cave, right here in the spring. That's why the spring houses were here. So that kind of fits the story as well. And those two pictures I showed you are both black and white photos. So it tells me that there are no newer pictures of this cave. So that lends me to think that the cave was destroyed at some time in the more past. Because if it hadn't been, like, this is a popular trail, or it was, before the detour, so there would have been a lot more newer pictures of it online on the internet, but there isn't. It's just those two older ones I could find, so that leads me to think that it's been gone for quite a while as well. So you can look at those pictures, you can tell me what you think. I know there are some little rock ledges over this way a little bit. I might walk over there just a bit. Check those out as well. But yeah, you know, there could be, and then, you know, as with all hideouts, there's the story that there's buried treasure or buried loot in those caves, or it could be, you know, anywhere in this little ravine that he might have stashed stuff. So I'm sure people have looked up here in the past. Maybe that's one reason why they destroyed the cave. Who knows? But yeah, you know, just a couple feet from me could be a buried, some buried coins or something, maybe. All right, I'm gonna walk around a little bit more, see what I can find. Yeah, there's the one spring house. The other one up there has like a little green door on it, but you can't get in it. Trust me, I've tried last time I was here. That little, I guess you had a wrench to take those off, but you can hear water in there. Kind of curious as to what's in there, but I'm not going to open it. That's just kind of looking for trouble, I guess. But I kind of originally thought that maybe this is where the actual cave was, right here. I don't know. That little ridge continues on this way. I mean, there are some rocky areas over here that kind of look like what's in the picture. I'm even standing on one over here. Looks like there's one over ways of distance over there. So, you know, maybe the entrance is over here as well. You know, they still may have destroyed the entrance. I saw like a bunch of broken glass over there too, so maybe, who knows, at one point this might become the party place, because like there's a camp down there, so maybe teens were coming up here and partying and stuff, so who knows, maybe they destroyed it for that reason too. I'm going to keep looking around a little bit more before I head out of here. It is getting a lot darker. The rain should be coming soon. We'll see. There are little interesting nooks and crannies here. That's too small to go anywhere though. I'm just going to make my way a little bit over here more, see what's over there. Alright, just another little rock ledge with some interesting little holes, but no cave or rock ledge opening. So, I think I'll head out of here soon. It's getting pretty dark out here. Alright, so yeah, like I said, I don't know if the cave was over here more, just got filled in, because I did read a story about someone who came looking for it as well some time ago, and he said it was mostly filled in because of erosion and stuff. So maybe it was over this way more and got filled in over time, or maybe it was over by the spring houses. I don't know. I see one of the little interesting opening down there. I'm gonna check out maybe. So I'm pretty sure this is the area where it was. So you can tell me what you think. Obviously, you can look at those pictures I showed you, and if you know any information, go ahead and let me know. Obviously not saying that this is 100% sure the site of it, but it's the correct area for where he would have, that hideout would have been, and where he would have buried some potential treasure or loot. So yeah, somewhere around here, like I said, could be some, probably not gold coins, probably maybe some silver coins maybe, who knows. Alright, I guess want to check out one other thing over there. Yeah, it's just a little interesting little small opening there. But with these rocks, you could definitely see a resemblance to those pictures, how there'd be like a little rock shelter opening. Uh-oh, I hear the rain coming. Alright. Alright, so no cave and no buried treasure, but I'm pretty sure this is the area where it would have been. Like I said, you can look at those photos, and depending on your angle you're looking at, the photos do match the landscape here. If you look at those spring houses head on, they don't, but if you look at them from the correct angle, they do. But even that area over there where those rocks are, kind of matches the topography. So, with the spring here and the old hotel just straight down there, I'm pretty sure this is the area. Like I said, I don't know if those spring houses are where the cave actually was, and that cave was destroyed, or if the cave was over a little bit more and just got filled in over time. I don't know. But you can do your own research. This is called Doubling Gap Cave. Maybe I'll put it down here. Doubling Gap Cave. And David Robert Lewis was the guy who hid here. So, like I said, you can do your own research. Maybe you'll come up with something else that I didn't. But I guess you could come up here and metal detect. This is state forest, and I'm pretty sure I've heard different ideas about that, if you can metal detect on state forest land. But yeah, interesting little spot to consider what could be buried up here. So this is episode number 2 of these treasures in Pennsylvania. I'm having fun doing these. So like I said, you know, if this piques your interest, just do your own research, see what you can find out about it. Come up here yourself and check it out. Right, I can head out, try and get to another area. I don't know if well, we'll see what happens with the rain. But anyway, thanks for coming along once again. Sorry it took me so long to find the place because they detoured the trail. I'm not sure how I'm going to get back to the truck. I might just, we'll see. It doesn't matter. I'll see you around.